Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
Breaking right now, an alarming trend continues. A fourth day of new coronavirus cases in the double digits. The Allegheny County Health Department says it's learned of 37 new cases since yesterday, and 6 more people have been admitted to hospitals. Health Department Director Deborah Bogan says they're seeing positive cases from bars and people returning from out-of-state trips, but have not seen any specific hotspots in the county. Also breaking this afternoon, the NFL has canceled the Hall of Fame game between the Steelers and Cowboys set for August 6th. The game traditionally opens the preseason. The 2020 induction ceremony is also delayed because of the coronavirus. Bill Cowher and Troy Polamalu were set to be inducted. No word yet on what all of this means for the NFL season. The Pitt News is reporting the university will lease $22 million in hotel rooms for first-year student housing so they could follow social distancing. Members of the Board of Trustees voted this morning to allow the university to finalize deals with hotels. The hotel housing will operate in the same way as on-campus housing, with 24-hour security and shuttles. Dozens of Secret Service agents are in self-quarantine following President Donald Trump's rally in Tulsa. A spokeswoman would not say how many agents are in isolation or how many may have tested positive for COVID-19. Face masks and social distancing were not required during Saturday's rally. At least 8 Trump campaign staffers tested positive before the rally began. The coronavirus is exploding nationwide, with many states hitting record numbers of positive cases. In fact, Wednesday was the worst day on record in the U.S., with more than 45,000 new cases in a single day. NBC's Sam Brock reports from Houston.
Coronavirus cases across the nation soaring to record highs.
We're now seeing a disturbing surge of infections.
23 states reporting an increase in cases of 25% or more over the last 2 weeks. And 3 of those states, California, Florida, and Texas, leading the way with more than 5,000 cases each, all setting single-day records. Hospitals in the Houston area reporting 97% of their ICU beds are now filled.
Already today, we transferred a patient in, and immediately we had to intubate her. She's in her 40s, and it's very overwhelming.
Arizona hospitals also struggling. Their intensive care units near capacity too.
Just about every day that goes by, we set a new record for the number of ICU beds that are occupied.
The average age of those infected also a new concern nationwide.
I mean, what we're seeing in Florida is really rapid transmission in that 18 to 34 age group.
The younger generation feeling invincible from the virus.
I wanted to go out and have some fun with my friends, and that's exactly what I did. It just so happened that I got corona, and now I'm suffering those consequences.
Florida shattering its daily record Wednesday with more than 5,500 new confirmed cases of COVID-19. Lines stretching for blocks at testing centers around the state. Those spiking numbers so concerning to the governors of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, they're now requiring visitors from these new hotspots to quarantine for 14 days if they travel to the tri-state area.
We have taken our people, the 3 of us, these 3 states, through hell and back. And the last thing we need to do right now is to subject our folks to another round.
Nationwide, officials trying to drive home the message to younger people.
Especially if you live with your parents or you're close to your parents or your grandparents, in order to keep them safe, you have to keep yourself safe.
Adding, we are not yet in the clear.
While you may be done with COVID, COVID is not done with us.
Sam Brock, NBC News.
Breaking at noon, Attorney General Josh Shapiro just released the results of a grand jury investigation into the state's natural gas industry. Range Resources and Cabot Oil and Gas have been charged. AG Shapiro says the report details how our laws and agencies were unprepared for the drilling industry. He says the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection employees need new rules and new knowledge when it comes to drilling. Grand jurors heard testimony from residents impacted by fracking. Shapiro says their water had a black film and looked like sludge.
Those who tasted what came out of the tap said it was foul, and it was metallic tasting. That's what the grand jurors heard.
We are digging deeper into the report from the grand jury and are working to get a response for all of the companies and agencies involved, including the state DEP. Look for more tonight on Channel 11 News starting at 5. The South Fayette School District has resources available to help students deal with the death of a classmate. 15-year-old Juliana Gennaro died after being hit by a train yesterday. Investigators say she was with two friends in the middle of the train trestle near Millers Run Road when she was hit. One friend survived by hanging onto a ledge. The other made a heart-stopping decision.
The one kid miraculously laid down on the tracks and the train went right over him. He had no injuries at all.
The South Fayette School District has resources available, and we've posted that information on WPXI.com. The father and stepmother of a 3-year-old girl have been charged in her death, and this morning the stepmother's sister has also turned herself in to Allegheny County Police. We just got these mugshots of the parents. Police say the child's father, Jose Salazar Ortiz, and stepmother, Laura Ramirez, are both charged with murder. Earlier this month, police responded to this street in Oakmont after a young girl was found unresponsive. Officers say she was badly bruised and malnourished. She later died. As we mentioned, Ramirez's sister, Alexis Herrera, also turned herself in to Allegheny County Police this morning. Investigators say she was also responsible for the girl's treatment. One person was taken to the hospital after this crash on the Birmingham Bridge. That crash happened at the intersection with 5th Avenue. Police told us they were checking one person for DUI. Started off sunny and a bit warmer today with a chance of pop-up showers later today and even possibly a storm. Let's head over to meteorologist Scott Harbaugh now with his forecast in Severe Weather Center 11.
Yeah, really good in Pittsburgh right now, Gordon. Still a lot of sunshine, few high clouds, temperature about 76 degrees. And much like the last couple of days, we'll continue to see those cumulus clouds develop throughout the course of the day. You can see it on the visible satellite. Notice southeast into Somerset County into the mountains, already starting to pop a thunderstorm. Down towards Somerset, one up near DuBois, too. This is in part because of the orographic lift with the mountains, but the rest of the area will get involved this afternoon. Somerset down towards Friendsville, a little bit of a shower thunderstorm activity going on right now as this continues to move off to the east. We'll start to pop more as we go through the afternoon. I've updated timing of the forecast for your area coming up in just a few minutes.
Vice President Mike Pence is just across the state line in Ohio. He's set to speak at the Lordstown Motors plant near Youngstown in about a half hour. Pence is there for the unveiling of their all-new electric pickup truck. Joe Biden will visit Pennsylvania this afternoon. The former vice president will be in Lancaster meeting with families and deliver remarks on his plan to make affordable health care available to every American. The Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee will be slimmed down and mostly a virtual affair. The party announced changes to their convention plans today. Biden is still scheduled to accept the nomination in Milwaukee, but the event will move from a large arena home to the NBA Milwaukee Bucks to a smaller footprint at a convention center. And the party announced that state delegations should not plan to travel to Milwaukee. Instead, delegates will be able to cast their votes, including on the presidential nominee, remotely. The government's watchdog group just released a massive report about the federal government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. They looked at everything from how the funds were spent to the medical response. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent, Serena Marshall, has been sifting through that report.
Good afternoon to you. This report from the government's watchdog arm highlights just how unprepared the federal government was to respond to a pandemic of this magnitude. Among the more than 400-page document findings, the government is not ready to address fraud risks associated with the $500+ billion distributed by the Small Business Administration. The IRS and Treasury Department made more than 1 million payments to deceased people and has no plans on how to tell ineligible recipients how to return those payments. When it comes to testing, the CDC reported incomplete and inconsistent data, which the GAO explains made it, quote, more difficult to track and know the number of infections, mitigate their effects, and inform decisions on reopening communities. They also found the Strategic National Stockpile was not equipped to respond to states' needs for PPE, ventilators, and other medical supplies. Those requests quickly exceeded the capacity. In this report, the GAO did acknowledge just how unprecedented this pandemic is and said the government moved rapidly to respond. Many of the agencies have agreed with their recommendations, although a few did push back on their findings. The head of the GAO sits before Congress tomorrow to testify. Reporting from outside Washington, I'm Serena Marshall, Channel 11 News.
There was a split vote by Pittsburgh City Council over bringing in an outside consultant to investigate police actions during a recent protest. The board approved the $25,000 fee, but were split on a plan to hire a Texas-based company without seeking other bids. A final vote is scheduled for next week. The Pittsburgh Citizens Police Review Board recommended that investigation after some claimed officers used excessive force during this month's protest in East Liberty. Police say their officers were hit by flying objects while rioters damaged businesses and assaulted a TV news crew. A historic transplant at Pittsburgh's VA hospital, the hospital's first living donor liver transplant. The hospital teamed up with UPMC. The donor's the veteran's daughter. Channel 11's Mike Holden has the story new at noon.
This is the Pittsburgh VA's first living donor liver transplant. The health officials behind it say it's historic, and they are truly grateful that they have the ability to make a difference.
I'm a part of him now, so.
Timothy Yablonsky's family says it is an absolute miracle he is alive today. Thanks to his daughter Alyssa standing right by his side, he got a second chance at life. The VA Pittsburgh healthcare system and UPMC partnered to perform the VA's first living donor liver transplant on Timothy. He received a portion of liver from his daughter when he underwent surgery back on March 16th. At age 49, the Army veteran was diagnosed with non-alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver. Initially, he was not sure where to turn or how much longer he could wait. Then everything seamlessly came together through prayer, love from his family, and the support of the doctors here in Pittsburgh. The VA Pittsburgh is the only VA medical center in the nation that now accepts living donor liver transplants. It's the first time any VA in the nation has participated in a living donor transplant.
This is really special in the sense that it has allowed us to partner with our VA colleagues and really offer this life-saving procedure to a segment of the population that wasn't having this available.
God seen me through, got me here right in time. She literally saved my life, and I'm just so thankful to be here.
And the donor and the recipient are both doing very well and are spending some additional time in Pittsburgh over the next couple of days. We're now checking in with health officials about the timing of this surgery. In particular, it happened right as the coronavirus pandemic happened. We're breaking down that side of the story for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting in Oakland, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
No social distancing and no masks worn by workers at a South Hills restaurant.
I want them to be as protected as possible.
What the owner of the restaurant told that man when he spoke up about the broken rules. And calling out social media, how some say websites change their content in the name of profit.
Showers and a couple thunderstorms already starting to pop. I'll track where those storms are going to be the rest of the afternoon.
When news is happening near you, Channel 11 is there.
Aliquippa, Coriopolis, Moon. We cover news everywhere you live.
That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, Butler. For news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news in Westmoreland County.
This South Hills restaurant busted for violating COVID-19 health rules. According to documents obtained by Channel 11, the manager told inspectors his employees weren't wearing masks because they, quote, found them uncomfortable. Channel 11's Gabriella DeLuca found out how this played out and got a response from the restaurant.
The man we talked to said he emailed the owner of Il Pizziola here in Mount Lebanon about some concerns he had with the way the restaurant was operating. He said the owner emailed him back saying he'll give him a refund and don't come back.
He told me to never step foot in his restaurant again.
That's the response Steven Santa says he got when he emailed the owner of Il Pizziola in Mount Lebanon after he ate there and wasn't happy about what he saw.
While we were leaving, that it was packed, which was great for them. I was happy to see it, but it was very packed. Tables were close together. Did not seem like they were 6 feet apart or any kind of social distancing.
Plus, he says employees weren't wearing masks, which is a requirement under the COVID-19 green phase. The owner, Ron Molinaro, said he would give Santa a refund.
I didn't ask for a refund. I didn't want a refund. I wanted to support the business. And he basically said that no one is going to tell him what to do.
After reporting the restaurant to the health department, Il Pizziola was cited for the lack of masks and almost a dozen other violations, including having food at the wrong temperature and not having soap at hand washing sinks.
I think it's shocking. I think, if anything, we should be doing more than what we were doing before all of this happened. We should be doing as much as we can to keep the staff and all of the patrons healthy.
When Channel 11 reached out to Molinaro today, he gave us a lengthy response that said in part, Il Pizziola is a very busy, physically demanding restaurant. The mask quickly becomes saturated with sweat, vapor, and bacteria, and is very unsanitary. Staff would constantly need to change it and fuss with it. In our case, it would do more harm than good. Santa posted their email exchange on Facebook, where thousands have weighed in.
All I was asking was for transparency so that the public knew why he was making those decisions as a private business owner, just so the public can make an educated decision whether they want to patronize and if they're going to feel safe and healthy going there.
There are a few other Il Pizziola restaurants around the city. We checked, and they are operated by different owners. Reporting in Mount Lebanon, Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 11 News.
Bayer says it will pay just under $11 billion to settle lawsuits over Roundup weed killer. The company said the settlement over Roundup, which is made by Bayer's subsidiary, Monsanto, involves about 125,000 lawsuits. The company continues to say Roundup is safe. The CEO of Bayer called the settlement, quote, financially reasonable when weighed against the costs of the lawsuits. The weed killer has come under scrutiny since 2015, when the International Agency for Research on Cancer called an ingredient in Roundup a, quote, probable human carcinogen. Lawmakers are taking a closer look at misinformation and how it ends up on social media. Lawmakers say Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube don't go far enough to stop the spread of false information. One reason they say is the companies are putting profits ahead of people.
The business model is that when you keep people on the platform, you profit more, and that is fundamentally at odds with our societal and democratic goals.
They also say social media sites feed users content that aligns with their beliefs, whether it's true or not. And that strategy keeps users on their websites longer, which makes them more money. Executives from Facebook, Twitter, and Google have told lawmakers they're working to stop it. Sand from the Sahara Desert has crossed the Atlantic Ocean and is making landfall in the Caribbean. Although a relatively common weather phenomenon in the Mediterranean, sandstorms of this magnitude are rarely seen in the Americas. This year, meteorologists say the dust is the most dense in a half-century. The cloud is expected to continue its advance up and westward toward Central America and the southern United States.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
And that's the biggest issue. Not that this doesn't happen every single year, but this is a big one, the biggest in the last 50 years. Notice on our dust tracker, the darker areas of white, or I should say the brighter areas of white, where the dust is the thickest. And look at this coming into the Gulf Coast states. And this is going to make its way up toward the Mason-Dixon line, but not quite get into our area. down to the south could be some air pollutant issues the next couple of days. I think one thing they'll definitely notice along the Gulf Coast, probably more brilliant sunsets because the dust particles refract some of that light. You're going to get some brighter oranges, some brighter yellows, and some brighter reds. We might get a hint of it up here over the weekend, but not nearly as much as down along the Gulf Coast. We have a mix of sun and clouds around here this afternoon. Live look at our PennDOT cameras. I-79, Route 19, still in pretty good shape. No rain in the immediate area, but notice the showers and thunderstorms already starting to pop. Northern Armstrong County, into Jefferson County, southeast into the mountains. Let me take you down to the south and notice these clusters of cells. One just south of Friendsville, Maryland, with some very heavy rain. One just leaving Somerset. These are going to be some pulse showers and thunderstorms. They form in the heat of the day, and then they kind of rain themselves out, and then they'll begin to die out. Same thing is going to happen up near Jefferson County, northern Armstrong County. You get these cells to form, get some lightning, get some heavy rain. Right now, not expecting any sort of widespread severe weather this afternoon, but until we can kick this little trough through late this afternoon and early this evening, we'll see the pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Storm tracker showing it this afternoon. Again, notice coverage not everywhere this afternoon. Most of this shower activity, occasionally you'll get a clap of thunder, and then after sunset tonight, it begins to fade away. So for the kids outside, remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. If you do hear thunder, get inside immediately because it means lightning is close enough to strike. Evening showers tonight down to 60, and then tomorrow, mostly sunny. There could be a quick shower during the afternoon. Storm tracker has been less than impressive during the day tomorrow. There's a couple showers popping tomorrow afternoon, especially from Pittsburgh on south. It's really late tomorrow night into Saturday. We have to worry about the potential for severe weather. Thunderstorm outlook Friday night. Isolated severe storms mainly after midnight. Then Saturday could have a couple rounds of some thunderstorms. Some of them could have some damaging winds and some heavy rain. Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper will have updated timing for the weekend. Coming up tonight on Channel 11 News at 5 and 6 o'clock. We stay warm and muggy through the weekend. A couple more thunderstorms on Sunday, 83. Monday, partly sunny and a high of 86 degrees.
Thanks, Scott. Roughly a quarter of Pennsylvania's coronavirus cases have come from nursing homes. What the head of the AARP is doing to protect local seniors at risk. Schools are planning to bring students back this fall. Why one district isn't shying away from distance learning just yet.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coriopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
The 7-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
We're learning how classes will look when another district reopens this fall. In the Kitsky area school district, students will not be in the classroom on the first day. They will stick to a stay-at-home schedule. Eventually, students will move to a hybrid model where the district will be split in 2 groups.
A-week students would attend school Monday through Thursday, while B-week students would be engaged in distance learning. All students will have distance learning on Fridays.
The decision to send kids back to school will be up to the parents, and if they choose to stay home and remote learn, they can. Separated by a window at a Texas senior center, a family gathered together to celebrate a big milestone.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
A woman known as Grandma Coco celebrated her 100th birthday. Due to coronavirus restrictions, the family had to celebrate with Coco through a window. Her family recollected on the long life and accomplishments Coco has made, including fostering some 70 kids over the years.
Just to have this kind of interaction, even if it's through a window, I'm sure it's making her day right now, so yeah.
Because at least she gets to see us.
When it was time to say goodbye, her family was in tears, but grateful to share the day with her.
We want to see where these dollars are going. Are they going to really protect the residents?
I had the new questions about protective equipment at nursing homes and the encouraging sign a second stimulus check could be coming your way.
Scattered showers, couple storms already starting to pop. I'm tracking which areas will see the most rain throughout the afternoon.
We've always counted on Channel 11 Morning News for breaking news. Now, we've expanded our coverage of breaking news where you live. Our anchor connects you to new information all morning long. Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on breaking news.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
We have a breaking update on the NFL's Hall of Fame game. We told you at the top of the show the game between the Steelers and Cowboys was canceled and the enshrinement week was delayed. In the past 15 minutes, we learned both the game and the enshrinement have been pushed to next year and will take place the week of August 5th to August 9th, 2021. And the Steelers and Cowboys will still play that game. If you have tickets, they will be good for next year's game. Of the nearly 81,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Pennsylvania, roughly a quarter of them have come from nursing homes. Channel 11's Joe Arena spoke with the head of the AARP to find out how they plan to help seniors most at risk.
Nearly 70% of coronavirus-related deaths statewide have been residents in nursing homes or long-term care facilities. Now, the president of the Pennsylvania AARP is sounding off on what he says is a horrible lack of oversight.
We want to make sure that nursing homes have the supplies that they need. We want to make sure that nursing homes have the testing that they need.
A dire need for PPE, patients in isolation, and inconsistent testing. Just some of the problems our state's long-term care facilities and nursing homes are dealing with. State Director for the AARP, Bill Johnston Walsh, says for months elected officials have known that nursing homes are a hotbed for the coronavirus, but even the most basic precautions to prevent loss of life are still not in place. And Walsh says it all starts with consistent testing. He says some nursing homes test patients only once, and others don't do any testing. Governor Wolf, whom the AARP has been in contact with, was hoping for consistent testing across the board to start this week. Walsh says that's wishful thinking.
I don't know at this moment in time because we don't know if the staffing is there and we don't know if the funds are there and that the testing kits are there.
And Walsh says when it comes to patients' loved ones, in many cases, family members of the deceased and current patients struggled just to get information about what was happening at these facilities.
We are hearing over and over again that people are not hearing from the facilities. We're hearing that, you know, when they used to be able to walk up to the window, as you know. They used to be able to walk up, wave to their family member, have that conversation. Now it's either you get in virtually or you don't see them for months on end.
Now, the director of the AARP says if you're personally having issues with nursing homes and loved ones in those nursing homes, to go to aarp.org/nursing homes for resources and a place to voice your concerns directly to that particular nursing home. We've put that link on our website at WPXI.com. In Pittsburgh, Joe Arena, Channel 11 News.
And Joe mentioned the need for supplies, and an eye-opening report is shedding new light on just how desperate some assisted living communities are for PPE. According to the National Center for Assisted Living, more than half of the 375 facilities reported having less than 2 weeks' supply of masks. They were low on face shields and gowns. The center reports many are forced to reuse PPE or make their own.
The federal government, whose prompt response was so desperately needed, failed to surmount the challenge and make PPE a priority for nursing homes.
The National Center for Assisted Living has requested $5 billion in emergency funding from the federal government to get supplies, testing, and more staff. Penn State is going to have to borrow some money to make it through the pandemic. This week, university trustees approved borrowing up to $250 million. The university lost millions of dollars since mid-March. That includes reimbursing students for room and board. Penn State has 16 task forces preparing for fall semester. Right now, the plan is to begin a shorter semester on August 24th. Food banks in the Pittsburgh area are preparing for a possible second wave of coronavirus. The Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank has handed out more than 1 million meals since the pandemic began, and they know it's not over. They help as many as 800 families in a day. And in Westmoreland County, the food bank in Delmont distributed food to almost 10,000 families per month. The average had been about 7,000. Westmoreland also has boxes packed for the rest of the year. Officials with the Pittsburgh Food Bank tell the Trib that they're still looking for volunteers. Here's a sign that it's officially summer. The fountain at Point State Park is back on. We saw people out there enjoying the weather at the point. And another nice day today with a slight chance of rain. Let's head back over to meteorologist Scott Harbaugh in Severe Weather Center 11.
Always good to see the fountain on this time of the year. It'll be a great taste of summer in downtown Pittsburgh. Right now we have mainly just a couple showers popping up into Allegheny County, but look at Armstrong County, Jefferson County. A couple lightning strikes already starting to form with these cells that are developing mainly northeast of Kittanning. So the action is going to be a little more numerous off to the east once you get into the mountainous areas. Notice down towards Friendsville. Preston County in West Virginia picking up some thunderstorms as well. Storm tracker this afternoon. It's going to be very spotty. You'll get an occasional clap of thunder and a spot or two as temperatures push into the low 80s this afternoon. Now we got a better chance of thunderstorms coming over the weekend, including the potential for strong storms. We're going to go day by day through the weekend, coming up in a little more than 10 minutes.
The new unemployment report was released this morning, and first-time claims remain high. Last week, jobless claims totaled 1.48 million. That's higher than many analysts had expected. This marks the 14th straight week that new unemployment claims have been over a million. But the number of continuous claims, or people receiving claims for 2 or more weeks, has dropped below 20 million for the first time since the end of April. Many analysts say as the news on the coronavirus front starts to improve, so will the economy. Could another stimulus payment be heading to your bank account? President Trump says yes, but some top Republicans want to wait a little longer. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says the first stimulus is working, but if they were going to do another bill, it would focus on job creation and children. President Trump said in a recent interview that both Republicans and Democrats want to get a deal done, and they hope to announce a plan in a few weeks. Some of the greatest improvements in cancer survival have been in screening to detect a problem early. Now, a new blood test is checking to see whether someone has cancer left over in their body after surgery. Researchers say it can detect remaining cancer 1 year before a scan. Courtney Spinelli shows us how it works.
Good morning. In the age of the COVID-19 pandemic, all aspects of life have been impacted in some way. One doctor at the University of Iowa says cancer care included.
In general, cancer care and detection has taken a significant hit during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Doctors being forced to make tough decisions while maintaining patient safety. That means prioritizing risks for cancer patients already more vulnerable due to a weakened immune system.
Cancer patients are up to 3 times more at risk of not only complications from severe COVID illness, but also at risk of dying from the disease. So our goal right now in these challenging times has been to reduce the exposure of as many cancer patients to the cancer center and the hospital as much as possible.
A challenge as doctors strive to provide the same level of care, critical for patients who have had their curative surgeries.
The biggest issue is, how do we know if somebody still has cancer in their body or not?
What if there was a way to detect the presence or absence of remaining cancer all through a blood test? One that can even be done right at home by a nurse. That's where the Signatera liquid biopsy comes into play.
Liquid biopsies in general are something that are revolutionizing cancer care and treatment.
Don't let biopsy in the name fool you. All it is a simple blood draw. Dr. Kazi says it's the first tumor-informed, custom-built blood test.
There are 2 steps to this cancer testing. One is taking a piece of the person's tumor, seeing what it's made up of, and then designing a custom-built assay for each patient. So theoretically, it can work for all kinds of cancers.
Once the personalized test is built, he can monitor each patient and see whether there is any circulating tumor DNA left in the blood or if they are cancer-free. The results help determine who needs further treatment to clear residual cancer.
Right now, arbitrarily, everybody gets some chemo afterwards to mop up simplistically whatever may be left behind.
And help spare those who may not need to continue harsh treatments.
It's empowering us with information that we didn't have access to before.
The test is an expanded access program, I should say, rather than a clinical trial, which opens the test up to patients with a serious condition. Next, the dress code that sparked a protest outside a downtown bar. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lash.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30 to 7 a.m. Make sure you know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Hundreds of people protested outside a bar on Liberty Avenue, claiming their dress code discriminates. 941 Saloon recently posted a dress code on their door. Bans things like saggy pants, hoodies, and bandanas. The owner says the dress code was taken from the Pittsburgh School District Handbook, but members of the LGBT and black trans community say it was targeting minority communities.
You now wonder who can come inside of this facility. So if everybody's not welcome to be in the facility does need to be open.
The owner declined to comment on camera, but an employee told us the bar is all-inclusive and does not discriminate. The Department of Justice is warning Americans flyers popping up on the internet regarding face masks and disabled Americans are not legit. The flyers claim you can print them out and use them to avoid ordinances that require face coverings. Many of these flyers cite the Americans with Disabilities Act and contain the Department of Justice seal. But authorities say all official information issued on the topic is available on ada.gov. Anything else should be considered a fake. Still ahead, the new technology that could improve emergency response times in the city of Pittsburgh.
Plus, we have some showers and storms popping up. I'm using the hour-by-hour storm tracker to pinpoint who gets wet this afternoon.
Channel 11 Morning News brings you weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
Let me get you prepared for the week.
Now we've expanded our weather to help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30 to 7 a.m. You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI Now.
Severe weather coverage where you live.
On Channel 11 News.
A new piece of technology could increase emergency response times in the city of Pittsburgh. It's called the Station Alerting System. Channel 11's Renee Wallace shows us how it will work.
I'm told this new computer-based technology replaces the old 1970s version of alarms. It's now up and running in all but one of the city's fire and EMS stations. Public safety officials say it will get these first responders out the door faster and armed with much more information. Any emergency can be a matter of life or death, so information and the clock is critical for Pittsburgh firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics. Today, Channel 11 got a look at the city's new $2.8 million fire and EMT alert system, which promises streamlined communications and faster response times in emergencies.
Whatever is placed into CAD by the dispatcher
for the response that is given, whether that be a structure fire, or car fire, gas leak, or a medical response. It will be sent out to the appropriate station and alert for that particular type of call.
Each type of emergency that comes into the firehouse will have a different sound and tone and will appear on alert screens, including this 60-inch LED screen throughout the firehouse.
Each one of them sounds slightly different so that the responders can be clued in to what they're responding to before the dispatcher even comes across.
Not only will it be more efficient as far as getting us out of the station, as was stated earlier, we get out of the station with more information.
Public safety officials said the new alert system will also reduce overall stress on first responders because unlike the old firehouse alerts, each and every emergency call will not be broadcast into every firehouse in the city. Only the station called on to respond.
That's what this simply comes down to. A better informed firefighter, a better informed medic are able to save more people's lives.
The mayor compared the previous system used by the firehouses to that 1970 show, Emergency. Reporting from Manchester, I'm Renee Wallace, Channel 11 News.
Plans have been unveiled to build one of the largest solar power fields in the region, according to our partners at the Pittsburgh Business Times. The solar power array will be built on the border between Findlay Township and Allegheny County, and in Allegheny County and Independence Township in Beaver County. The field will connect to Duquesne Light Substation near the airport. The project is part of the University of Pittsburgh's plan to be carbon neutral by 2037. If approved, the array could be operating in 2 years.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, lots of solar energy today. That UV is 7 today. The temperature in the mid-70s, and we got a pretty good breeze starting to pick up as we look live with Tower Cam. Dry in downtown Pittsburgh right now, but we have been popping some showers, even some thunderstorms. Live storm tracker, Doppler 11 radar. Pretty good cell right now, just entering Ross Township. There's a little lightning with this in the last 10 minutes. None of these are supercharged as far as electricity goes, but they are dropping some heavy amounts of rain. This should make it into West Deer at 108, into Tarentum coming up at 119 as it moves off to the northeast. Another couple clusters of storms into Jefferson County, northeastern Armstrong County. But notice most of these cells don't have lightning with them. They just have some brief heavy rain. This little wave coming through right now. Then I expect another wave to develop later this afternoon. Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper will be tracking any of the storms necessary this afternoon into early this evening. But right now, not expecting any sort of severe weather. Plenty of dry hours in between the cells as well, so plenty of time to get the dogs out for a walk today. Nice warm day, so make sure they have plenty of water. Here's Storm Tracker this afternoon. Notice a couple more trying to fire up by about 4 or 5 o'clock into the evening hours, but the coverage will not be overly impressive today. Tonight, evening shower, maybe a quick clap of thunder early this evening, then clearing skies overnight. Temperature dropping down to about 60 degrees. Could be some patchy fog by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. Warm too, 83 for the high temperature. Just a stray shower during the afternoon tomorrow. But once again, most of the daylight hours tomorrow will be dry. We'll start the day dry in the morning. We'll pick up some clouds as we approach noon, and we'll start to get a couple showers popping during the afternoon. Right now, it looks like the best chance of showers tomorrow afternoon, Pittsburgh south. Then tomorrow night, could have some strong storms roll in after midnight tomorrow night. Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, putting us in the isolated risk for severe storms Friday night, scattered severe storms on Saturday. So it could get pretty noisy early Saturday morning before sunrise, then again later Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. Stay with Severe Weather Team 11. We'll continue to update the forecast, the timing, the locations most likely to see some severe weather as we head into the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 86 on Saturday with those scattered strong storms. Then Sunday, few thunderstorms possible. 83 for the high temperature. Monday, looking pretty good. Still warm, still muggy, partly sunny skies. A dry day the way it looks right now. Into high temperature of 86 degrees.
Redevelopment in the Garden Theater block on the north side is moving forward. Developers are rolling out plans for 62 apartments and retail space at Federal Street and North Avenue. They plan to present the $17 million proposal to the City Planning Commission on Tuesday. It's hard to find things to do these days. Next, where you can catch a free movie this weekend without having to leave your car. Right now, here's local steals and deals.
Hey, Lisa
Lisa Robertson here with Local Steals and Deals, and here's a question for you. How many times have you dropped your cell phone, the french fries, an earring, your keys down in your car in between the seat and the console? Drop Stop is something that's changed lots of people's lives because there's no more dropping. And the gentlemen who actually invented it are joining us today. Mark and Jeffrey, how are you guys?
Hi, Lisa. Hi, good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you. So this is something you invented because you literally had the scare of a lifetime.
Correct. We were driving on Sunset Boulevard. My cell phone slipped down the gap. I saw it falling, so I just quickly tried to save it, yanked the wheel, got distracted, went up on a sidewalk. A guy leaped 3 feet in the air, would have killed him, and just missed a telephone pole by an inch. And I just started screaming, why doesn't somebody come up with some way to block this stupid crack? And that was where the idea was born.
That's how we did it.
Well, I have to say it's funny because I had this in one car, loved it, got a new car, forgot to put it in, and kept dropping things down like, where's my drop stop? So
Drop Stop sometimes blends so perfectly people forget it's even in their car.
That's the thing. We made it to last 30 years, 40 years. It'll never fall apart. But we get repeat business when folks trade in their cars or something like that, and they're always happy to buy another one.
You've really seen the results from this being in cars. You put it in a whole of police departments, cruiser cars, and it made a difference.
Yeah, we actually did a deal with the Los Angeles Police Department about a year or so ago where they put it in all 3,500 of their cruisers, and they found after a year later of those cars traveling 42 million miles, a 43% reduction in accidents in those vehicles. So everybody knows it's, the nuisance, the frustration, but it can actually save your life.
So one of the things I love is that these gentlemen, of course, we all know this has been on Shark Tank. We love it. But now they're offering a set of 2 on localsteals.com. Think about getting this for everyone in your family and anyone you care about, anyone behind the wheel. It is a phenomenal idea. Mark and Jeffrey, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Breaking News Desk is really an invaluable tool.
You're going to get breaking news as it's happening. You can be assured that everything I tell you is something that's important that's going to impact your day.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
I know the neighborhoods, I know the school districts, and that really helps to inform you so that you know if something is going to impact your family.
As soon as she gets that information, the Breaking News Desk is able to go on air, bring that information to you and share it.
That is a resource no one else has. If you see me on the Breaking News Desk, you know it's an important story.
Watch Catherine Amenta and Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
Pubs in Dublin are preparing to reopen, and the parent company of Guinness plans to spend more than $15 million to help struggling Irish bars reopen after lockdown. At the back of one of the city's best-known pubs, they've put up a multi-sided barrier around one table. That's a taste of how bars plan to comply with new physical distancing guidelines. Guinness has ramped up production in recent weeks to meet rising global demand. Dos Equis beer has the answer to social distancing, a 6-foot cooler. Invite a friend over and just sit on opposite ends of the cooler and you'll know you're far enough apart. Dos Equis is giving the coolers away starting tomorrow. There's one catch. You have to buy some beer and send a photo of the receipt to qualify for a chance to win one. Another drive-in movie is happening at the Pittsburgh Zoo this weekend. A League of Their Own will be shown Saturday night in the parking lot. The movie starts at 9 p.m. and admission is free. Parking is limited. You want to make sure you get tickets in advance. If you've been missing the Carnegie Museums, you're in luck. They are reopening. That includes the Museum of Art and Natural History, the Science Center, and the Andy Warhol Museum. Members can visit beginning tomorrow, and it's back open to the general public on Monday. Everyone, of course, needs to wear a mask and social distance. That's it for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Put on Channel 11 Morning News. There is a team that has been working all night to get you the news you need.
The news doesn't stop. We don't stop. We want to make sure you know everything you need to know to get prepared for your day.
We decide what is the most important thing that you need to know when you wake up.
Once the story goes on air, that's just the beginning. It's going to change throughout the morning. It always does.
That's why Channel 11 Morning News is here to get you prepared. We have the breaking news desk. We have Scott and Tricia looking out for you as far as weather and traffic. When you walk out that door, you're prepared.